Hola Culers. And welcome back to the channel, your ultimate destination for everything FC Barcelona. If you bleed blaugrana like I do, then you're in the absolute right place because today, we've got a massive episode packed with all the latest, juiciest, and most thrilling news from the Spotify Camp Nou. What a week it's been, from absolutely dominating on the pitch to some huge transfer updates, and a deep dive into one of our unsung heroes who is fast becoming a legend. The vibes are immaculate right now, and the team is really starting to click under Flick. We're talking about a historic Super Cup triumph, the imminent arrival of a key player, crucial injury updates, and even some Copa del Rey excitement. The energy around the club is palpable, and as a diehard Cule, I couldn't be more excited for what's to come. So grab your favorite Barça jersey, get comfortable, and let's dive straight into the heart of Catalan football. You don't want to miss a single second of this, trust me, it's going to be epic. Culers. Have you caught your breath yet? Because I certainly haven't. What an absolute masterclass, a blitzkrieg, an utter demolition job we witnessed in the Spanish Super Cup semi-final against Athletic Club. 5-0. That's right, a resounding 5-0 victory that felt like a statement of intent, a declaration that Barça is back and we mean business. Honestly, after a couple of games where we relied a bit too much on Joan Garcia's heroics, bless his heart, we'll get to him later, this was a performance where every single player stepped up and shone brighter than the Saudi Arabian sun. From the first whistle, we took the game by the scruff of the neck. We pressed them, we suffocated them, we didn't give them a single moment to breathe. And the goals? Oh, the goals. Ferran Torres kicking things off, then Fermin Lopez continuing his fairy tale run with a stunning strike and 2 assists. This kid is something else, folks, mark my words. Then the new sensation, Roony Bardghji, showing exactly why Flick trusts him with a goal of his own. And who could forget Raphinha, our Brazilian wizard on the left flank, not just one, but 2 incredible goals, including that absolute screamer from an impossible angle. A perfect 10 rating from Barça Universal, and I'd give him an 11 if I could. For Hilal by the 38th minute, ladies and gentlemen. The game was effectively sealed before half-time. And the beauty of it all? Flick was so comfortable, so in control, that he could actually pull off some crucial substitutions in the second half, resting vital players like Pedri, Balde, Frenkie de Jong, and Raphinha for the grand finale. That's the luxury of pure dominance. Pedri's return to the midfield was game-changing, improving our ball retention and build-up immensely. Frenkie was clinical, Eric Garcia solid at the back, Kubasi making crucial clearances, and Joan Garcia, for once, had a quiet night, which is a testament to how well the defense and midfield played. This wasn't just a win, it was a reaffirmation of our identity, a thrilling glimpse into the future under Hansi Flick. Bring on the final. Alright, switching gears a bit, but keeping that Cule excitement buzzing, let's talk about some crucial behind-the-scenes updates courtesy of our sporting director, Deco. And folks, the first piece of news is something we've all been eagerly anticipating. Joao Cancelo is coming home. Well, back home, to Barcelona. Deco himself confirmed it ahead of the Super Cup semi-final, saying, hopefully so. We're finalizing the process. He hasn't done his medical tests yet, but he'll be flying to Barcelona soon. We're going to close the deal. Yes. My heart just swelled with joy. It's a simple loan deal until the end of the season, but let's be honest, we're all hoping he falls in love with the city and the club all over again and stays much longer. This is fantastic news, adding much-needed quality and depth at right back. The defensive solidity combined with his attacking prowess is exactly what Flick needs to complete his tactical puzzle, and his familiarity with the club will make integration seamless. But wait, there's more from Deco. He also gave us an update on our main man between the sticks, Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Now, many of us were a bit worried when we heard he had to leave the Super Cup camp due to a knee injury in training. You know how it is with our beloved German, he's had knee issues in the past, so naturally, anxieties were high. But fear not, Culers. Deco put our minds at ease, stating, ter Stegen is fine. He had a bad feeling in his knee, and of course, when a player comes back from an injury, he's always a little more worried, because he's had problems with that knee in the past. Now he's calm and we're happy because it's nothing serious. Phew. What a relief. He flew back for medical examinations, and thankfully, it's nothing major. Deco was also clear that ter Stegen isn't going anywhere, he's our player, and the plan remains normal. Finally, Deco also touched upon Joan Garcia, who has been absolutely phenomenal in ter Stegen's absence. Deco expressed happiness with Joan's form and contribution, but humbly stated that his national team call-up situation isn't up to the club. What matters, he says, is that Joan is happy at Barça and playing well. And boy, is he playing well. We'll talk more about him later, but it's great to see the club recognizing his stellar performances. So, a new signing imminent, a major injury scare averted, and praise for our breakout goalkeeper. All in a day's work for Deco. Okay, let's talk about the tactical master, Hansi Flick, and some pre-match insights that definitely got us talking before that athletic club game. The biggest talking point, the one that had everyone scratching their heads, and probably pulling out their hair, was the surprising decision to bench our teenage sensation, Lamine Yamal. I mean, Lamine has been a revelation, a breath of fresh air, and to see him out of the starting 11 definitely raised some eyebrows. We knew he hadn't trained with the group on Tuesday due to some minor physical discomfort, but still, everyone expected him to start given his impact. But here's the thing, Culers, Flick is a meticulous planner, and he knows his players. He cleared up the situation by confirming, "I have spoken with Lamine after lunch and he is fine. If we need him, he will be able to play." This is the kind of smart management we need. It's all about prioritizing the youngster's long-term health and not taking unnecessary risks, especially when the goal is to reach the final with as many fit players as possible. So, a smart, cautious approach from our gaffer, even if it meant temporarily missing Lamine's magic from the start. Roony Bardghji stepped in, and as we saw, he absolutely delivered. Flick also explained another significant change, Gerard Martin's absence from the starting lineup. Now, some might have thought it was a defensive issue, but Flick clarified it was purely tactical to accommodate the return of our midfield maestros, Pedri and Frenkie de Jong, in the double pivot. This pushed Joan Garcia deeper into central defense, where he absolutely thrived, by the way. It just goes to show Flick isn't afraid to shuffle the deck, to adapt, and to make tough calls for the greater good of the team. He's constantly looking for that perfect balance, that intense yet disciplined approach. Before the game, he also wisely reminded us of the challenge posed by Ernesto Valverde's Athletic, acknowledging their attacking threat and the need for our best version. So, a benching for Lamine for his own good, a tactical reshuffle to bring back midfield dominance, and a respectful nod to the opposition, Flick is truly cooking, and the results speak for themselves. Alright, shifting gears from the Super Cup to another exciting front, the Copa del Rey. Our journey in the King's Cup continues, and we've just learned our opponent for the round of 16, it's Racing Santander. After dispatching CD Guadalajara, we're off to the Campos de Sport de El Sardinero next week to face a team that is absolutely buzzing for this tie. And you know what, Hilal, I absolutely love it when smaller teams get this excited to face us. Racing Santander's captain, Inigo Sainz Mazza, perfectly captured the sentiment. He called us a very difficult opponent, but also very exciting, adding, El Sardinero and all of us are eager to experience a match of this level. I hope we can get through the tie. You just know the atmosphere there is going to be electric, absolutely spectacular. That's the magic of the Copa del Rey, isn't it? These David versus Goliath matchups always bring out the best in football, and it's a chance for these players to test themselves against the very best. What really got me, though, was Sainz Mazza's personal connection to the fixture. He actually recalled being a ballboy back in 2012 when Barcelona last visited El Sardinero. Back then, I used to be a ballboy in the La Gradona area, and now I'm going to have the chance to enjoy it from the pitch. It's going to be wonderful, I hope it's a great night, he said. How cool is that? From dreaming on the sidelines to facing his boyhood idols, that's the stuff football fairy tales are made of. It adds a really special layer to this upcoming match. And let's not underestimate Racing. They're not just a sentimental story, they're leading the La Liga 2 table right now, fighting for promotion to the top division next season. So, they're a team in form, with confidence, and nothing to lose. They'll be coming at us with everything they've got, and that's exactly what we want, a proper cup tie. We need to bring our E-game, stay focused, and show them why we're Barcelona. Another trophy is up for grabs, and we're hungry for it. Visca el Barça in the Copa. Okay, Culers, buckle up, because we're diving deeper into the transfer market, and it's a bit of a rollercoaster ride. First, the good news, confirmed from another source, Joao Cancelo's return to Barcelona is pretty much a done deal. Fabrizio Romano himself confirmed the short-term loan for €5 million, and guess what? Al Hilal's coach, Simone Inzaghi, practically gave us the official confirmation by stating, Cancelo is not in our plans and the club is working on it. This is huge. Cancelo wanted us, he rejected Inter Milan, he had his heart set on Barca, and that commitment is exactly what we love to see in a player. He'll be flying to Barcelona soon for his medical, and then it's official. This solidifies our right-back position and adds a dimension of attacking flair and defensive stability that we've been craving. His versatility and experience will be invaluable as we push for trophies. Now for the rollercoaster part. While we're celebrating Cancelo's arrival, the same reports bring a concerning, albeit tempting, piece of news regarding our very own Raphinha. Al Hilal, the Saudi giants, are apparently desperate for a Neymar replacement, and they've set their sights squarely on our Brazilian winger. And get this, they're reportedly ready to splash a stunning €100 million for him. We're talking €80 million fixed, plus €20 million in performance-linked bonuses. €100 million, Culers. Let that sink in for a second. The report suggests that Raphinha has a gentleman's agreement with Deco that would allow him to leave if he wishes. And while we all know our economic situation isn't exactly peaches and cream, and a €100 million injection would be monumental for our finances and put us back in a strong position in the transfer market, can we really afford to lose Raphinha right now? He has been, arguably, our best performer in the Hansi Flick era. His return from injury has instantly improved the team, his pace, his work rate, his lethal left foot. He's been absolutely crucial to our attacking dynamism. Losing a player of his caliber, especially one performing at such a high level, would be a massive blow. While the club hasn't made a final decision, the sheer magnitude of the offer means they have to consider it. My heart says no, but my head understands the financial realities. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, Culers, before we even knew the game's outcome, the official starting lineup drop for the Spanish Super Cup semi-final against Athletic Club was a headline in itself. And let me tell you, there were definitely some surprises from Hansi Flick that got the Cule Twitterverse buzzing. The biggest talking point, as we discussed, was the absence of Lamine Yamal from the starting 11. After not training with the group on Tuesday due to minor physical issues, Flick made the sensible decision to err on the side of caution. While we all love seeing Lamine weave his magic, his health is paramount for the long season ahead. So, with Lamine on the bench, who stepped in? None other than the exciting new signing, Roony Bardghji. And boy, did he repay that faith. Starting on the right flank, Bardghji showed incredible promise, dribbling, linking up, and getting on the scoresheet. This is the kind of rotation and trust in new talent that keeps the squad fresh and competitive. Then, in midfield, we saw the highly anticipated return of Pedri to the starting lineup. It's like the universe just aligns when Pedri and Frenkie de Jong are on the pitch together. That double pivot, that control, that elegance, it's footballing poetry. Fermin Lopez, continuing his incredible form, slotted in as the number 10, giving us that dynamic energy and goal threat from a central attacking position. This allowed Raphinha to return to his favoured left wing, where he absolutely ran riot, as we've already celebrated. Up front, Ferran Torres led the line, and while his first half wasn't his absolute best beyond the goal, he still contributed to the overall dominance. Defensively, Flick made some interesting tweaks. Eric Garcia moved into the heart of the defense, partnering the ever-impressive Paul Kubasi. This meant Gerard Martin, who has been doing a decent job, was benched. Koundé and Balde took up their familiar fullback roles, providing both defensive solidity and attacking width. And of course, Joan Garcia, our man in form, retained his place in goal. This lineup showed Flick's willingness to adapt, to manage player loads, and to trust different combinations to get the job done. It was a bold lineup, a tactical masterstroke that ultimately paid off handsomely, leading to that incredible 5-0 victory. What a statement. All right, Culers, let's rewind just a little bit, to the hours before the Athletic Club game, when the whispers and reports started circulating about our starting 11. And the news that dropped, courtesy of Sports Carlos Monfort, sent a little jolt through the fanbase. Lamine Yamal was reportedly set to be benched for the Super Cup semi-final. Now, for any other player, maybe it wouldn't be such a huge deal, but Lamine has been the breakout star, the electrifying force, the spark that often ignites our attack. So, the thought of him not starting was definitely a talking point among us fans. The reason, as reported, was that our young superstar had been carrying a physical complaint and didn't take part in the pre-match training session the day before. While earlier reports suggested he was feeling well enough to start, it became clear that Hansi Flick, our meticulous German manager, was having none of it. This is where you see the wisdom and long-term vision of a top coach. Flick decided not to take any risks with Lamine's health. He prioritized the youngster's well-being, especially with an eye on reaching the final and having a fully fit squad for that crucial match. It's easy to get caught up in the hype and demand your best players always start, but Flick understood the bigger picture. Protecting Lamine now means he'll be fresh and ready for the battles ahead, not just in the Super Cup, but for the entire grueling season. This kind of careful player management is absolutely crucial for a club like ours, competing on multiple fronts. Beyond Lamine, the report also hinted at defensive rotations, part of Flick's broader plan to manage physical efforts during this intense period. He was looking for an intense but balanced team, keeping the packed calendar in mind. So, we were anticipating some interesting tweaks at the back to face Valverde's Athletic Club. It just goes to show you that Flick is not just picking a team, he's crafting a strategy, managing the squad's physical demands, and making bold decisions to ensure we're peaking at the right moments. It's a calculated approach, and as we saw, it paid off massively. Alright, Culers, let's get into the transfer saga that's got my heart doing flip-flops more than a Ronaldinho elastico. We just talked about Cancelo coming in, a big win for us, but the same Saudi giants, Al Hilal, are now circling our very own Raphinha with an offer that's almost impossible to ignore. This isn't just speculation anymore, we're hearing that Al Hilal is absolutely desperate for a Neymar replacement, and they've identified Raphinha as their prime target. And the numbers, folks, the numbers are staggering, a reported €100 million. We're talking €80 million fixed, with another €20 million in performance-linked bonuses. Let's be brutally honest here, in the current European market, it's highly unlikely any other club could or would match an offer of that magnitude for Raphinha right now. This is a game-changer of an offer, especially given our well-documented financial situation. Imagine what €100 million could do for our books, for our ability to register players, to invest in other areas of the squad. It could genuinely put us back in a position of strength in the transfer market, allowing for other strategic signings. But here's the colossal dilemma, the heart-wrenching decision. Raphinha, for all his critics early on, has been nothing short of phenomenal recently. He has arguably been our best performer in the Hansi Flick era. His pace, his directness, his incredible left foot, his tireless work rate, and that undeniable ability to produce moments of magic, just look at his 2 goals in the Super Cup semi-final. His return from injury has instantly, visibly improved the team's attacking prowess and overall dynamism. Losing a player of his current form and impact would be a massive, massive blow on the pitch. We know there's a gentleman's agreement between Raphinha and Deco that would allow him to leave if he genuinely wants to. So, the ball is somewhat in his court. But from a purely sporting perspective, can we afford to lose a player who is currently so instrumental to our success? It's a classic head versus heart scenario for the club. The financial benefits are undeniable, but the sporting cost could be immense. The club hasn't made a final decision, but with an offer of this magnitude, they are absolutely compelled to consider it. This is going to be a fascinating, and potentially heartbreaking, saga to watch unfold. What do you guys think? Sell him and rebuild, or keep our superstar and fight for glory? Okay, Culers, let's shine the spotlight on a man who's been nothing short of heroic for us recently, our goalkeeper, Joan Garcia. He absolutely stole the headlines with his stunning performance in the Catalan derby, single-handedly securing that win. But ahead of the Super Cup semi-final, there was a particular kind of pressure looming over him, a different skill set that might be tested, the dreaded penalty shootout. You see, in the Spanish Super Cup, there's no extra time. If the game ends in a draw after 90 minutes, it goes straight to penalties. And for Joan, this would be his first shootout as a Barcelona goalkeeper, a massive moment for any player, especially a keeper. So, what's his record like? Well, in his first division career, he's faced 8 penalties and managed to save 2 of them, giving him a save percentage of 25%. Now, on paper, 25% might not sound mind-blowing, but when you consider that the penalty taker always has the inherent advantage, it's not bad at all. His 2 saves came during his time at Espanyol, where he denied Vedat Maiki of Mallorca and Easy Obda of Real Betis. These were crucial moments, showcasing his ability to step up when it matters most, demonstrating his shot-stopping prowess even in high-pressure situations. He's faced 2 penalties since joining Barça, against Levante and Real Betis, but unfortunately, he was beaten on both occasions. However, those were in regular gameplay, and a shootout is a completely different beast, mentally. The key thing here is his current form and confidence. Joan Garcia has been absolutely brilliant for us, making game-saving stops, showing incredible composure, and playing with a maturity beyond his years. He's high on confidence, and that's half the battle in a penalty shootout. He's proven time and again that he can shine under immense pressure, something not every player can do. We've seen him stand tall in hostile environments, making crucial saves when our backs are against the wall. So, if it had come down to penalties against Athletic Club, I, for one, would have backed him. He's got that fire, that determination, and that nerve of steel that makes you believe he can pull off the impossible. We're so fortunate to have him, especially with the challenges we've faced in that position. Culers, if there's one player who embodies sheer courage, unwavering focus, and nerves of steel, it's our magnificent goalkeeper, Joan Garcia. We briefly touched on him earlier, but this article from Barça Universal dives deep into his incredible journey, especially his unforgettable return to the RCDE stadium for the Catalan derby against Espanyol. The article beautifully likens his homecoming to Odysseus's return to Ithaca, an invasion, not a celebration. And boy, was it hostile. From the moment he stepped onto that pitch, he was met with a cacophony of jeers, rat banners, and mock money, a truly venomous reception from a crowd that once sang his name. They wanted to rattle him, to break him, to make him flinch. But Joan Garcia? He was unfazed. He didn't negotiate with the jeers, he responded with the only language he knows, a goalkeeping masterclass. He delivered 7 crucial saves, securing his 3rd consecutive clean sheet, and absolutely silenced that nearly 40,000-seat stadium, not with words, but with his hands. Barca won 2-0, but let's be honest, as Flick himself admitted, we didn't deserve it for long stretches. It was Joan Garcia who kept us in that game, making save after save, holding the line until our late changes could flip the script. That's the definition of a game-winning performance. His signing for €25 million to replace a frequently injured Ter Stegen was a massive statement from Deco, addressing a position that has been plagued by inconsistency and bad luck. The impact of a top goalkeeper like Joan is immeasurable. It allows our defenders to hold a higher line, our midfielders to counter-press with less fear, and the entire team to play with a greater sense of security and trust. He's been the much-needed medicine for Barcelona's goalkeeping turbulence, something we've yearned for after years of patching up the most sensitive position in football. At just 24, Joan is still in the embryonic stage of his development, yet he's already proving to be a generational talent, someone who can define the position for us for the next decade. He looks completely at home, both with his hands and his feet, in Hansi Flick's system. That night at Cornellà wasn't just a game, it was a testament to his character, his ability to thrive under pressure, and his refusal to be a villain in their ploy. He simply played the goalkeeper, made the saves, and allowed Barcelona to remember how to win. We must take good care of him, Culers, because we have something truly special on our hands, and that, Culers, brings us to the end of another jam-packed episode. What a ride it's been, from the Super Cup dominance to transfer sagas and the incredible heroics of Joan Garcia. The future is looking bright under Hansi Flick, and the team is really starting to gel, showing signs of that classic Barca DNA we all adore. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, and if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a single update from your favorite Barca channel. We're building the best Huel community right here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who was your player of the match against Athletic? Are you worried about Raphinha's potential sale, or do you think the money would be better for the club? Do you think Joan Garcia is our keeper for the next decade, and does he deserve a Spain call-up? We love hearing from you and engaging with fellow fans. Until next time, keep supporting our beloved club, Visca el Barça and Força Barça. See you on the next one, Culers.